Here's some beginner stuff that you'd need to know if you was considering getting a praying mantis. So each mantis actually requires different care, which is why I'm only going to do the beginner stuff. So you're going to have to actually think about what species you want first, and then you can look into the actual information that species needs. So firstly, you'll need a well ventilated enclosure with a fabric mesh top. The mesh is used for mainly molting purposes, and the mantis will hang off it. So the enclosure size needs to be twice their width and 3 times the height, but bigger is obviously better. So praying mantis actually depends on their camouflage, so putting decorations in is quite important. So in this video I've gone with the real plants, but you can also go with artificial plants. You'll need branches and twigs, stuff for them to hang on. Keeping in mind to also make space in the middle so they can hang and molt freely. This just makes sure that there's no complications while they're molting. So you'll also need a layer of mud on the bottom with some sphagnum moss, and this just retains the humidity. I use Arcadia's earth mix. Bark also works as well, that soaks up water, and then also a layer of leaves. That not only makes the tank look pretty, but it also gives extra camouflage. So the correct humidity is actually crucial for a successful molt with a mantis. So you're probably best getting a hydrometer, one that's digital, mainly for kitchens, because it gives a better reading. Spraying water on the sides every couple of days will ensure your mantis stays hydrated, and it'll also keep the humidity up in the tank. Okay, so now we can talk about the food that they eat. So when you keep a mantis, it is crucial, you need to keep insects. So the carnivores, so they actually do need all the insects, they need that for the nutrients and the protein and everything. It's how they stay healthy and alive. The size of the praying mantis will indicate what they can eat and how much that they can actually handle. When feeding, make sure that the abdomen is a bit plump, but not extremely big, it looks like it's gonna pop. That can just give complications when it's due to molt. So at this size now, it looks like it'll be able to handle blue bottles and green bottles, waxworms, locusts, red runners, dubia roaches and hissing cockroaches. Once your mantis stops showing interest in free flowers, then that's when you know to move them up a size, and also the size of them is a big indicator as well. So as you know, mantis molt every couple of weeks. When they're a nymph, they'll molt more frequently, and then as they grow up, they'll molt a lot more slower. During this process, you'll need to leave them alone. So 24 hours is best for a nymph, and then 48 hours is actually best for an adult. But I would do 48 hours for both of them, and that just gives them enough time to harden up before you feed them again or before you handle them. Once your mantis reaches a certain stage, it's then easy to be able to know if it's a female or a male. So in this video here, you're looking at them lines that are underneath the mantis. It was only a short little view, but you get the gist of what I mean. 6 is a female and 8 is a male. And then certain species of mantis also have tells of just by looking at them, and then that's how you know whether it's a male or female. But you'll learn as you go. Once your mantis reaches this stage, then that means it's a subadult. So the next stage after that, it will have wings and it will not grow anymore. It won't molt anymore. That's its final and last stage. Whether you have a female, it depends. It'll lay oofs, they can live longer, but males live less and they tend to fly more as well. So I definitely like the females, but I don't have a favourite. I like both of them equally. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about what ones I'd recommend, and that's a giant Asian or a ghost mantis. So the reason why I've actually picked them is because they actually don't require heat lamps unless it's really cold. They don't have problems with gripping plastic or glass, but that's why I didn't have any problems with that when I had mine. And with caring for them both as well, I'd probably say they are quite kind of the easiest, as well as my giant rainforest mantis. But I started out with a ghost mantis. I didn't have any problems with it, and I actually really enjoyed caring for it. You can also get one called the Chinese mantis, which is also a beginner, but I've not cared for it before, so I couldn't say much on it. If you keep other animals, you're best keeping your mantis away from them, because they get something called eye rub, and it just affects their eyes, so you're best covering them with a piece of paper on each side, or like vinyl or something like that. Okay, so I feel like that's basically all the basic information you'd need to know. If you do have any other questions, you can just comment